My name is Ellison Pierce, and today I'm going to give you a presentation on the Titan submersible and why and how it imploded. The implosion of the Titan submersible signified the importance of good test runs, good engineering, ample budget, and approval and regulations. Additionally, I'm credible because I've evaluated many sources and I've done extensive research on this topic. To start off, I'll give you some context on the Titan submersible. It was made by OceanGate, which is a company that specializes in deep sea exploration. The CEO is named Stockton Rush, and he was originally interested in space exploration. He wanted OceanGate to take average people on trips to the ocean at a lower cost, and he advocated heavily for ocean exploration. He had 130 successful dives before the Titan submersible, and even collaborated with Macklemore and went to go see sharks. A quote from Stockton Rush says, "There will be a time when people go to space with much less cost and more regularly. I think the same thing is going to happen to water." Emphasizing the point that he wanted this done on a budget, he also did not have a very good budget for the Titan submersible. This can be shown through the video game controller that was used to operate the submersible. This allowed you to man the submersible without requiring weeks and weeks of training. Additionally, the Titan went through many different prototypes, including the Cyclops 1 and then the Cyclops 2, which eventually got its name changed to the Titan. The Titan also had many off-shelf components bought from just regular stores like Fleet Farm or your Menards. He additionally advertised for this and said that going on an exploration to the Titanic will be once in a lifetime exploration, and tickets cost around $1 million a piece. There were 5 people on the Titan submersible. But going even further into that, let's examine the engineering flaws. The first flaw was the carbon fiber pressure hull. This was controversial because industry standard material is titanium, and through time, carbon fiber will actually wear. As you put it down multiple times through test runs, it'll eventually start to decompose, which you wouldn't see if you had steel or titanium. Additionally, when they were making this carbon fiber hull, which wasn't approved for going down necessarily, they made, instead of one giant 5-inch hole, they made 1-inch thick holes glued together by a peel ply adhesive. Additionally, there were titanium rings on the side to pressurize the hole. Another flaw within this carbon fiber pressure hull were the little divots. As you wring carbon fiber through, sometimes little dust particles get in there and they create a sort of divot, which you can see on the photo over here. It creates a little divot in and actually protrudes up and messes with the structural integrity of these materials. Another engineering design was the window design. And the window design that Stockton Rush chose was a spherical shape. Was not a spherical shape. The ones that are approved are spherical shape, but it also makes whatever you see seem smaller from looking through it. But Stockton Rush, the CEO, did not want this because he didn't want passengers to see the Titanic being smaller than it actually was. So he designed a window that was only weighted for 1,000 meters, which is very interesting because that was actually not the design flaw. That was not actually the flaw that made the Titanic implode. But as you can see on this model here, as you have pressure on the outside, it goes in and all the pressure forms at this one small place in the corner, and that holds like the maximum weight for it. There was multiple design flaws in this, but those were 2 major ones besides the video game controller. There was also a small box that he used for air filtration, and it was one of those boxes that you just clip on, like one of those plastic totes, and it had a little fan in it, and that was what was your air supply. That was what was circulating all the bad stuff out of your air while you were down there for a couple days. Additionally, the Titan set sail on June 18th, 2023. It had not been approved or certified for any regulatory body, and people that were on it had to sign a release form. In just under 2 hours, the submersible lost communication with the mothership, but they didn't report anything until 8 hours after this incident. There had also been rumors of tapping sounds and other things, but those are actually confirmed to be rumors. Additionally, after the Titan submersible went under and imploded, people went by to see if they could find remnants of the submersible. And through analysis and camera work and a bunch of experts working on it, they found that there was faults in the peel ply carbon fiber hull. Those were the little things that were keeping together each inch of the carbon fiber together. And there was a shear split off the titanium rings that were on each side of it, showing that the peel ply wasn't strong enough to hold it all together. So that was actually the fault of the Titan submersible. Additionally, there were very, very many consequences that came out of the Titan submersible falter. One of them was the chief submersible pilot of OceanGate. He started speaking out a lot more. While he was working on the project, he actually got fired for speaking out about its consequences and potential safety risks. 30 members of the maritime community also warned about safety concerns about the submersible, but they were all disregarded. As a result, OceanGate went out of business, and there were multiple lawsuits over all of this. Here are the sources I've used.